In Tibetan Buddhism, the concept of Bardo holds profound significance, offering a unique perspective on the nature of life, death, and everything in between. Bardo literally translates to in-between state or intermediate state. It refers to the transitional phases we experience throughout our existence, both during life and after death. These bardos are not to be feared but embraced as opportunities for spiritual growth and liberation. Imagine life as a flowing river, constantly moving and changing. Within this river there are moments of calm and moments of turbulence, periods of joy and periods of sorrow. These are the bardos, the spaces between one experience and the next. They are the thresholds we cross as we journey through the cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. Instead of perceiving death as a singular event, Tibetan Buddhism views it as a process, a gradual transition through different bardos. Each bardo presents unique challenges and possibilities for spiritual awakening. By understanding these bardos, we can approach life and death with greater clarity, wisdom, and compassion. The first bardo we encounter is the bardo of this life. It encompasses the entire span of our current existence, from the moment we are born to the moment we take our last breath. This bardo is characterized by the experiences of the physical world, our senses, emotions, relationships, and all the joys and sorrows that come with being alive. Within the bardo of this life, we have the precious opportunity to practice the teachings of the Buddha, to cultivate wisdom and compassion, and to purify our minds. It is a time for learning, growing, and transforming ourselves into more loving and awakened beings. However, this bardo is also filled with distractions and attachments. We can easily get caught up in the fleeting pleasures and pains of the material world, losing sight of our true nature and the impermanence of all things. The second bardo, the bardo of dying, begins at the moment of death and lasts until the consciousness separates from the physical body. This bardo is characterized by a series of increasingly subtle experiences as our senses dissolve and our connection to the physical world fades away. During this bardo, we may experience visions, sounds, and sensations that are unfamiliar and even frightening. However, Tibetan Buddhist teachings emphasize that these experiences are simply projections of our own mind, karmic traces from our past actions and thoughts. The key to navigating the bardo of dying peacefully is to recognize the illusory nature of these experiences and to maintain a calm and clear mind. By practicing meditation and cultivating mindfulness during our lifetime, we can develop the mental strength and clarity to face death with courage and equanimity. The secondary clear light, seen immediately after death, is crucial. If the primary clear light is not recognized, the secondary clear light dawns shortly after death. This period lasts for a mealtime duration, during which the vital force flows out of the body, leading to a lucid state of mind. The deceased may question their state, seeing and hearing their surroundings as before, but without the terrifying karmic illusions. During this interval, guidance from a lama or reader is essential, especially for those familiar with the teachings or those who practiced visualization. The instructions involve meditating on one's tutelary deity or the great compassionate Lord, ensuring recognition of the bardo. This guidance is vital for those who may struggle due to illness or other factors, helping them achieve liberation. In the second stage of the bardo, the deceased's body is like a shining illusory body, and with proper guidance, the clear light can dispel the power of karma, leading to enlightenment. If you found this exploration of the bardo of dying insightful, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications bell to stay updated with our latest content. Instructions concerning the experiencing of reality. During the third stage of the bardo, called the Chonyid bardo, when the karmic apparitions appear. But even though the primary clear light be not recognized, the clear light of the second bardo being recognized, liberation will be attained. If not liberated even by that, then that called the third bardo or the Chonyid bardo dawneth. In this third stage of the bardo, the karmic illusions come to shine. It is very important that this great setting face-to-face of the Chonyid bardo be read. It hath much power and can do much good. About this time, the deceased can see that the share of food is being set aside, that the body is being stripped of its garments, that the place of the sleeping rug is being swept, can hear all the weeping and wailing of his friends and relatives. And although he can see them and can hear them calling upon him, they cannot hear him calling upon them, so he goeth away displeased. At that time sounds, lights and rays, all three are experienced. These awe, frighten and terrify and cause much fatigue. At this moment, this setting face to face with the Bardo during the experiencing of reality is to be applied. Call the deceased by name and correctly and distinctly explain to him as follows. O nobly born, whatever fear and terror may come to thee in the Chonyid Bardo, forget not these words, and bearing their meaning at heart, go forwards. In them lieth the vital secret of recognition. Alas, when the uncertain experiencing of reality is dawning upon me here, with every thought of fear or terror or awe for all apparitional appearances set aside, may I recognize whatever visions appear as the reflections of mine own consciousness. May I know them to be of the nature of apparitions in the Bardo. When at this all-important moment of opportunity of achieving a great end, may I not fear the bands of peaceful and wrathful deities, mine own thought forms. There are 6 states of Bardo, namely the natural state of Bardo while in the womb, the Bardo of the dream state, the Bardo of ecstatic equilibrium while in deep meditation, the Bardo of the moment of death, the Bardo during the experiencing of reality, the Bardo of the inverse process of samsaric existence. These are the 6. O nobly born, thou wilt experience 3 Bardos, the Bardo of the moment of death, the Bardo during the experiencing of reality, and the Bardo while seeking rebirth. Of these 3, up to yesterday, thou hadst experienced the Bardo of the moment of death. Although the clear light of reality dawned upon thee, thou wert unable to hold on, and so thou hast to wander here. Now henceforth thou art going to experience the other 2, the Chonyid Bardo and the Sidpa Bardo. Thou wilt pay undistracted attention to that with which I am about to set thee face to face, and hold on. O nobly born, that which is called death hath now come. Thou art departing from this world, but thou art not the only one. Death cometh to all. Do not cling in fondness and weakness to this life. Even though thou clingest out of weakness, thou hast not the power to remain here. Thou wilt gain nothing more than wandering in this samsara. Be not attached to this world. Be not weak. Remember the precious Trinity. O nobly born, whatever fear and terror may come to thee in the Chonyid Bardo, forget not these words, and bearing their meaning at heart, go forwards. In them lieth the vital secret of recognition. Alas, when the uncertain experiencing of reality is dawning upon me here, with every thought of fear or terror or awe for all apparitional appearances set aside, may I recognize whatever visions appear as the reflections of mine own consciousness. May I know them to be of the nature of apparitions in the Bardo. When at this all-important moment of opportunity of achieving a great end, may I not fear the bands of peaceful and wrathful deities. Mine own thought forms. Repeat thou these verses clearly, and remembering their significance as thou repeatest them, go forwards, O nobly born. Thereby, whatever visions of awe or terror appear, recognition is certain, and forget not this vital secret art lying therein. O nobly born, when thy body and mind were separating, thou must have experienced a glimpse of the pure truth, subtle, sparkling, bright, dazzling, glorious, and radiantly awesome, in appearance like a mirage moving across a landscape in springtime in one continuous stream of vibrations. Be not daunted thereby, nor terrified, nor awed. That is the radiance of thine own true nature. Recognize it. From the midst of that radiance, the natural sound of reality, reverberating like 1,000 thunders simultaneously sounding, will come. That is the natural sound of thine own real self. Be not daunted thereby, nor terrified, nor awed. The body which thou hast now is called the thought body of propensities. Since thou hast not a material body of flesh and blood, whatever may come, sounds, lights, or rays, are, all 3, unable to harm thee. Thou art incapable of dying. It is quite sufficient for thee to know that these apparitions are thine own thought forms. Recognize this to be the Bardo. O nobly born, if thou dost not now recognize thine own thought forms, whatever of meditation or of devotion thou mayst have performed while in the human world, if thou hast not met with this present teaching, the lights will daunt thee, the sounds will awe thee, and the rays will terrify thee. Shouldst thou not know this all-important key to the teachings, not being able to recognize the sounds, lights, and rays, thou wilt have to wander in the samsara, the dawning of the peaceful deities from the 1st to the 7th day. Assuming that the deceased is karmically bound, as the average departed one is, to pass through the 49 days of the Bardo existence, despite the very frequent settings face to face, the daily trials and dangers which he must meet and attempt to triumph over during the first 7 days, wherein dawn the peaceful deities are next explained to him in detail. The first day, judging from the text, being reckoned from the time in which normally he would be expected to wake up to the fact that he is dead, and on the way back to rebirth, or about 3½ to 4 days after death. Section 5. Insights from Tibetan Buddhist Texts. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, known as the Bardo Thodol, is a revered text that provides detailed guidance on navigating the bardos. It's traditionally read aloud to the dying or recently deceased to help them recognize the nature of their experiences and to guide them towards a favorable rebirth. The teachings of renowned Tibetan Buddhist masters, such as Padmasambhava and Longchenpa, offer profound insights into the nature of the bardos and the practices that can help us prepare for these transitional phases. These masters emphasize the importance of meditation, visualization, and the cultivation of compassion as essential tools for navigating the bardos skillfully. Section 6. Practical applications of Bardo wisdom. While the concept of bardos might seem abstract or esoteric, it holds practical implications for how we live our lives today. By recognizing that life itself is a bardo, a precious opportunity for growth and transformation, we can approach each day with greater mindfulness and intention. We can practice mindfulness in our daily activities, paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. We can cultivate compassion for ourselves and others, recognizing that everyone is navigating their own unique bardo. And we can let go of attachments to material possessions and fleeting pleasures, understanding that true happiness lies in inner peace and liberation from suffering. Section 7. The importance of compassion and guidance. The journey through the bardos can be challenging and disorienting, both for the deceased and for those who are grieving their loss. It is essential to approach these experiences with compassion, understanding, and support. Family and friends can offer comfort and guidance to loved ones who are approaching death by creating a peaceful and supportive environment, reciting prayers or mantras, and sharing positive memories. After death, loved ones can continue to support the deceased through prayers, rituals, and acts of kindness dedicated to their memory. Section 8. Embracing the journey of life, death, and rebirth. The Tibetan Buddhist teachings on bardos offer a profound perspective on the cyclical nature of existence. They remind us that death is not an end, but a transition, a doorway to new beginnings. By embracing the journey through the bardos with courage, wisdom, and compassion, we can break free from the cycle of suffering and attain liberation. Understanding the bardos can empower us to live our lives more fully, to face death with greater peace, and to approach the unknown with a sense of curiosity and wonder. During this journey, one may encounter both terrifying deities and benevolent angels, guiding and challenging us for weeks. Ultimately, the teachings on bardos remind us that the true nature of reality is beyond birth and death, and that our true potential lies in awakening to our inherent Buddha nature. Section 9. Conclusion. Finding peace in the bardos. The concept of bardos offers a unique and insightful perspective on the nature of life, death, and the journey of consciousness. By understanding these transitional phases, we can approach our own existence with greater awareness, compassion, and wisdom. The bardos are not to be feared, but embraced as opportunities for spiritual growth, liberation, and the realization of our true nature. As we navigate the bardos of life, death, and rebirth, may we cultivate the qualities of mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom. And may we find peace and liberation within the ever-changing flow of existence. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications bell to stay updated with our latest content.